इस पूरे हफ्ते बल्कि हम तेज़ी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं. So essentially we started off just with the basics of dynamics. We discussed how first we're going to be talking about kinematics. और kinematics में क्या होता है? It's just the geometric aspects of motion, right? No regard कि वो force या moment कौन सी थी जो उसको cause करी थी, but just कि okay, this is the position, velocity, acceleration, and so on. And then we started with the simplest possible case of considering the kinematics of a particle which is moving along a straight line with continuous motion. Continuous motion का मतलब ये है कि we had just one expression जिसको हम use करके उसके पूरी path के बारे में हमें सब कुछ पता था. फिर हमने देखा था कि there can be cases when it's not so straightforward and we have erratic motion, जिस case में we actually have to move towards using a graphical approach. Why? Because there isn't a straightforward algebraic equation जिसको हम manipulate कर सकें. So instead we have to use the fact that the differentiation is the slope of a curve and the integral is the area of the curve and so on to analyze those sort of problems, right? Perfect. So that's basically what we'd covered, and then we moved on to doing some examples even for the case of erratic motion. So I think I recall कि मैंने बड़े explicitly कहा था कि आपने ये सब करना है. Please go through example 3 and problem 12.4 from lecture 1 and question 2.3 from lecture 2 before our class tomorrow. And I'd already uploaded this lecture 2 जो मैं अभी the one that I'm going through right now. So I imagine, I know कि maybe थोड़ा सा short time था. I don't know how many of you have been able to go through it. So what I want to do is just ask the people who have gone through कि इनमें से कौन सी वाली example थी या question थी that they really struggled with and would like us to do in class. So ये question 2 हमने छोड़ा हुआ था और एक question 3 हमने छोड़ा हुआ था. So जिसने किया है, even be it people from home, please feel free to just unmute yourself and have a little word and let us know. कौन सा क्वेश्चन करें, ये करें या ये करें? ये क्वेश्चन 2 है, ये क्वेश्चन 3 है. Anyone? अच्छा एक सेकेंड, इधर दो पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं. या तो कि सब कुछ समझ आ रहा था या फिर कि किया ही नहीं था इसलिए कुछ पता ही नहीं है. आप लोग बातें बहुत कम कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा कुछ आमतौर पर उल्टा प्रॉब्लम होता है. ये क्लास खामोश है, इतना मुश्किल नहीं है. थैंक यू सो मच. आपको कहना फिजा इज सेइंग इट्स परफेक्टली फाइन. फिजा, लेकिन मुझे इस वक्त लग रहा है कि यू आर द ओनली वन हु इज डन इट. इज दैट ट्रू? That's true. Okay. So Fiza, you have to choose one basically. यही वाला कर ले. This was a little more difficult than this one. Okay. So we'll jump into solving question 3. Let's see. इधर किसी ने कोई comment किया था? Oh, सबने किया. Question 3. सब. Thank you. Okay. Perfect. किए नहीं थे. Abdullah, that's okay. I foresee कि ये issue होगा. लेकिन let's do question 3 then. Okay. So in this case, what do we have? How do I get rid of this? नई चीजें हो जाती हैं कभी कभी. Does anyone? अच्छा चलें. Anyway, but the point was कि इधर ना इधर ये, this is the acceleration against the position which we know. Right, so we have a train which we're treating as a particle and then it's traveling along a straight track for the given first 400 meters of its motion. So position के along हमें उसकी acceleration पता है और it looks something like this कि 0 से लेके 200 meters तक, let's assume, even though it's not given, let's assume that this is actually meters and this one of course acceleration is going to be meter per second squared. So 0 से 200 तक the acceleration has a straight line profile going from 0 to 2. And then from 200 to 400 meters, it has a constant acceleration of 2 meters per second square. So now what do we want to do? We want to plot the velocity against position graph. Now let's start. Okay, excellent. So सबसे पहले I'm going to start off with my favorite कि मुझे बिल्कुल भी याद नहीं है कि area under the curve किस चीज़ के equal and so on and so forth. I have a problem that I will always end up starting from the first principles because I have very poor memory, right? So all I do recall is ke I have this kinematic equation. You recall maybe A ds is equals to v dv. और प्लीज नोट आपको ये याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है, दिस विल बी प्रोवाइडेड टू यू. A ds v dv. इससे मुझे पता है कि the acceleration, velocity and position are related to each other. So I can manipulate this and of course I will get that the acceleration is actually equal to v dv by ds. ठीक, तो अब अगर मेरे पास acceleration against s का curve है, then I actually need the other version of this, which is aka not the integral, but sorry, not the differential, but the integral version. So I need to integrate this. With respect to what? जिस चीज के भी respect differentiation हो रही थी. So the integration will then be with respect to ds, such that I get, पहले उधर से शुरू कर लिया. I could have jumped from here to here, but forgive me for being so, I forgot. And here I'll have v dv. Once I've got all of this, I know that this is the, what is a ds integral in terms of graphs?
Area under the graph.
Excellent, excellent, whoever that was. Thank you very much. A ds का integral जो है ना, it's the area under the as curve. इसीलिए तो वो a with respect to ds की integration है. इसका ये मतलब होता है area under the as curve. And then on the right hand side I'm going to try to actually integrate it with my limit. So let's say v naught and v. Then I can get v dv को integrate करना है. So v की already one power है. That will then becomes half v squared with the limits applied, v naught and v. Please notice that I already know that initial velocity क्या है, that's 0. So I get this is actually equal to 0. So what does this entire expression become? Just equal to half v squared. ठीक. So अब आते हैं, अब अगर मुझे velocity against position को plot करना है, then I know कि जो ये area है, that's actually going to be equal to half v squared हर दफा, right? So let's start. What is the area under here in the first? So from इसी तरह I'm going to move here and then I'll have to erase all of this right at the end. 0 to 200 meters के अंदर, the area under the curve is AS curve is what? Half times 2 times 200. It's a triangle, right? इसलिए. So I get what? ये क्या होगा? 200. अभी I'm gonna be just letting go of the units for just 1 second. Okay, 200 है. I know that this is equal to half v squared when v naught is 0. ठीक है, बल्कि इसके अंदर actually I should, let me, apologies for this, मैं v naught को अभी रखने लगी हूँ because बाद for the next region of the curve v naught is no longer 0, right? इसलिए अभी I'm just going to keep this in here. So this is equals to half v squared minus v naught squared. अब for this portion, ये फिर से हो गया. Now for this portion, I know that my v naught was 0 only for this 0 to 200, right? Because at s is equals to 0, v was 0, ये given थी. So इसलिए इस case में ये v naught is 0, going to 0. So let me solve this and I get what? V squared is equals to 400, which gives me what? V is equals to 20 meters
20.
per second. Thank you. 20 meters per second. Note also that it's the positive value that we are taking because this was actually area above the curve. And then if you think about it कि वो acceleration increase कर रही है, so clearly अगर वो rest से शुरू कर रहा है तो वो positive direction में ही move कर रहा है. Okay? So that's why this is a plus 20 right here. Right. So yeah, we get our first, let me say, I'm going to start plotting my velocity against position curve right here. Velocity against S. Okay, please note, ये velocity है meter per second, and this is S, the position, not time. That's against in meters. So I know मेरा पहला at 200 वाला part है, and then at 400. So at 200 I get 20 meters per second, somewhere right here. What will be, okay, I know the final value that it will reach. What will be the profile of the curve? Again, noting कि हमने integration की है एक straight line की. कौन सा वाला type का parabolic? Quadratic curve. See, even cubic curves are also parabolas. I think so, actually. Maybe, actually, name. I'll have to check that again. I may be wrong about that. So it's a upward facing, upward because it's a positive gradient tha. It's an upward facing curve like so. ठीक है जी, इधर तक आ गया. Downward facing या फिर decrease कब हो रहा होगा? Downward facing तब होगा अगर ये acceleration आगे let's assume के negative होती. मतलब ये कि उसका gradient negative होता. I'll tell you why. क्योंकि imagine this, we have a straight line which is y is equals to mx. इसको जब मैं integrate करूँ अगर with respect to x, so then what do I get? I get a like, let me call that integral something else. Let me call it y dx actually. What would that be? It would be mx squared divided by 2. है कि नहीं? Now look at this. इसकी upward और upward facing और downward facing चीज किस चीज से determine होती थी quadratic curve की? इस चीज से ना कि ये m positive है या negative. तो अगर m positive होता है then it looks like this. और अगर ये m negative होता, मतलब ये कि वो y is equals to minus mx होती और it was a downward facing one, फिर इसको integrate करके we would have got a downward facing curve. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so coming back to our problem right here, I'm right here. Let me, this is my mouse, okay? So I'm going to start off here. Right. Now next part. 400 तक कहाँ जाएगा? We have to think about that. Again, we can use the area under the curve very neatly. Now we go back. Now this time we have a for कर देती हूँ. Sorry, मेरा from नहीं होना चाहिए. So it should have been for. For S, which is greater than equal to 200 and less than 400 meters, I have an area under the curve which is equal to what? 200 times 2, which is just equals to 400. Again, I am just letting go of the units for just a second क्योंकि वो velocity के अंदर आके I'm going to catch up with that. If I want to be very careful, I should have my squared units here as well. But in any case, I'm taking a little shortcut. Now this again is going to be equal to, this 400 is again going to be equal to वही चीज, half v squared minus v naught squared. Now we have to be careful कि इधर v naught क्या है? Exactly. This v naught is coming from जहाँ पे वो end, where we are talking about this portion of the curve. So v naught here is 20 meters per second. So then this becomes एक second, sorry. Yes, I just wanted my eraser. Oh, बहुत सारी चीजें मिट गई. Yes, okay. 200 था यहाँ पे. Yes, v naught is 20 squared. So then I can solve this one, and again noting the acceleration was still positive, which means that the velocity was still increasing in the same direction. That's why it would still be a positive value when I take the square root. So in this case, इसको मैं अलग कर दूँ ज़रा यहाँ से जगह बनाने के लिए. In this case, my v turns out to be, could someone please calculate it? 20 square root 3,
20
which is,
आ जाएगा मैम.
sorry? 40 आ जाता है डायरेक्टली. It seems most people are saying it's 40 meter per second. Please do check. क्या हुआ? 20 मीटर पर सेकंड ही आ रहा है.
मैम एक्सेलरेट होगा नहीं तो 20 मीटर ही आएगा ना.
हाँ.
नहीं एक्सेलरेशन तो कांस्टेंट है.
एमएस 20 मीटर ही आ रहा है.
इसका रिजल्ट 20 ही आ रहा है. स्क्वायर रूट 3 आ रहा है. ओके मुझे लग रहा है मुझे करना ही पड़ेगा इधर. एक सेकंड, मैं इस कॉर्नर कैन आई यूज दिस कॉर्नर हियर. सो 400 टाइम्स 2 इज 800 प्लस 20 स्क्वायर विच इज 20 स्क्वायर है 20 टाइम्स 400. So that's actually square root of this, which is going to be square root of
20 root 3.
हाँ जी. तो वो क्या हो गया फिर? क्या हो गया? Okay, so it is actually it's not this year 40. It's not 40.
34.64.
Exactly, it's 20 square root 3, which is roughly 24.6. 34.6. Thank you. Sorry. 34.6. तो हमारा curve जो था, that would look something like it. If this is my 20. So 34.6 somewhere here. Somewhere here. And then again, एक horizontal line को integrate कर रहे थे, तो the profile here would be a straight line. Straight line. So we get our V against S curve. Okay, let's just check the solution is exactly what जो हम कर रहे थे, just for our sanity. Okay. ये तो थोड़ा सा हमसे काफी different नहीं लग रहा सबको? Oh, okay. I think I can't seem to spot an error in our analysis. Sorry, वो पीछे, I know. I think we are. I don't think that there's any issue with pen का color change हो सकता है, ink. I think that we are correct with this. I'll check कि वो slides के अंदर शायद गलत वो चला गया. What do you guys think? हमने सही analysis. It's only the profile के अंदर मसला है. If we integrate the linear. Oh, अच्छा एक second, एक और aspect भी तो है ना. Remember कि जब हम integrate कर रहे हैं तो हमें squares का change मिल रहा है और फिर हम उसको square root कर रहे हैं बाद में. Do you get what I'm trying to say? पहले तो जब हम VT curves और AT curves की बात कर रहे थे, so then it used to make sense कि हम सीधा कहते थे जी के मैंने straight line को अगर integrate किया तो I will get a quadratic. Yes, लेकिन remember कि इस quadratic को integrate करने के बाद हमें ये हाफ v स्क्वायर्ड माइनस v नॉट स्क्वायर्ड मिल रहा है और वेलोसिटी को फाइंड करने के लिए हम उसके बाद उसका दोबारा स्क्वायर रूट ले रहे हैं. ऐसा ही है ना? तो वो वापस लिनियर हो जाता है. ओ ऐसा है. Okay, let me repeat this in case someone is not following. I apologize, but we have made a mistake in class. वही चीज़ जो मैंने कही थी ना कि हमें ध्यान से रहना, I made that mistake, which was कि we started to jump into thinking कि area under the curve of AS is directly just the velocity. It's not. Please notice here कि हमने we had put in a, जब हम इस part पे पहुंचे थे हमारे पास v squared आता था हर दफा और v squared के बाद हम उसका square root ले रहे हैं. मतलब ये कि वो जो प्रोफाइल हम ड्रॉ भी करेंगे उसके अंदर भी वही चीज हो रही है. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. एक सेकेंड. Basically that सब कुछ ही मेरा बहुत ही प्रॉब्लम होती जा रही है इधर. Finally, okay. Let's come back to our velocity against. सो लेट्स अज्यूम कि हमारे पास हमारे 2 पॉइंट्स तो आ गए, एक पॉइंट ये वाला और एक वो 34 वाला, ठीक है. देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग विद द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ द वैल्यूज, द मैग्नीट्यूड जो हमने निकाले वो बिल्कुल ठीक है. जो प्रोफाइल थी ना उसमें थोड़ी सी गड़बड़ हो रही थी. अब गड़बड़ ये थी कि हमने डायरेक्टली, अगेन लेट मी रिपीट, अगर इफ आई एम इंटीग्रेटिंग दिस स्ट्रेट लाइन आई विल गेट अ क्वाड्रेटिक, यस, लेकिन वो क्वाड्रेटिक जो है ना वो v स्क्वायर्ड के लिए है. दैट क्वाड्रेटिक कर्व इज द प्रोफाइल फॉर द v स्क्वायर्ड कर्व. आई देन नीड टू टेक अ स्क्वायर रूट ताकि मेरे पास मेरी वेलोसिटीज आ रही हों, सच दैट उस क्वाड्रेटिक का मैं स्क्वायर रूट ले रही हूँ तो मेरे पास वापस क्या आ गई, एक लिनियर आ गई, linear equation. So it's not actually that straightforward. And then what happens for the next one? Okay, sure, if I'm integrating this horizontal line, I will get a straight line, right? Straight line y is equals to mx plus c वाली. लेकिन फिर I'm taking the square root of it. So मेरी जो velocity की profile होगी ना, that will be something with the power of half. This will be s to the power of half के वर्जन में चल रहा होगा ये वाला पार्ट. This will be some function of s to the power of 1 and this will be s to the function s to the power of half, right? हाफ वाला नहीं समझा, एक सेकेंड. Okay, note that this graph is a v against s curve, right? So at each point v is like our y और s is like our x, right? So मतलब ये कि हमारे पास ना v as a function of s आ रहा होता है, ऐसा ही है, ठीक. अब हमारे पास वो आ किस तरह आ रहा था, it was coming from our as curve. Okay, so मतलब ये कि when I was integrating this, I was getting, I know that I was getting something जिसको मुझे बाद में स्क्वायर रूट लेना था, ठीक है. ये पार्ट तक तो सबको क्लियर है ना. तो अब देखते हैं कि जब हमारे पास इसको इंटीग्रेट करते थे तो हमारे पास आता क्या था. सिर्फ ये हाफ वाला अगर अनक्लियर है तो मैं सिर्फ उसी की बात कर दी. व्हेन आई इंटीग्रेट दिस आई गेट ए स्ट्रेट लाइन और आई नो कि इसको इंटीग्रेशन करने से मेरे पास एक्चुअली v स्क्वायर्ड का फंक्शन आ रहा होता है और दैट आई नो कि इज ए something which has a power, मैं I don't know कि क्या चीज़ें हैं वो, लेकिन it is an s to the power of 1 क्योंकि straight line होगी वो. See, तो I'm saying I don't know what these things are here, a s plus b, मुझे constants नहीं पता उसके, so I'm going to skip, I'm not writing those down. Instead आप maybe you might have seen something कि कभी-कभी हम powers को ना as an order represent कर रहे होते हैं. So I'm just going to say it's an order of s to the power of 1. बस ये मुझे पता है. तो अब अगर मुझे v स्क्वायर्ड के बजाय एक्चुअली v चाहिए था, देन आई एम स्क्वायर रूटिंग इट ताकि मेरे पास v एज अ फंक्शन ऑफ s आ जाए खाली, which would then just be an order of s to the power of, इसका स्क्वायर रूट लेंगे. अगर स्क्वायर रूट का मतलब होता है ना टू रेज समथिंग टू द पावर ऑफ हाफ, तो अगर इस साइड ऑफ द इक्वेशन को हाफ की पावर रेज कर रहे हैं तो वी ऑल्सो रेज दिस साइड ऑफ द इक्वेशन टू 1/2. And that's why I end up with 1/2 या फिर s square root, in other words. कुछ क्लियर हुआ? थोड़ा have a think about it.
मैम यानी कि I think what you trying to say कि अगर जो y एक्सिस है उस पे v ना हो, अगर v स्केयर हो तो जो प्रोफाइल हमने प्रेडिक्ट की थी वही आएगी. अगर हम यहाँ पे सिर्फ v और s करें तब जाके
So right.
आगे जो आपने
You are completely right. Now, whoever said that, you are completely right कि अगर अभी तो हम velocity against position plot कर रहे थे ना, अगर हम very neatly, लेकिन हम ये करते नहीं है ना, इसलिए हमें अगर हम v squared plot कर रहे होते ना तो हमारी ज़िंदगी आसान हो जाती और वो फिर वाकई straight line का quadratic आ जाता और फिर इस horizontal line का linear आ जाता. If we were plotting v squared. Right? The issue is कि हम v plot कर रहे हैं. ठीक है जी? So some tricky bits to think about. Please have a think yourself and then we can discuss this again in class later on. I'll try to give you a question जो जिससे this part also gets clarified even further. So excellent. Thank you very much for pointing that out. You're completely right. Okay, just ताकि हम सबको याद हो जाए कौन थे. Who was that who had suggested it, please? Rana, thank you. Thank you, Rana. Okay, ji. Chale ji. So now that was it for our erratic motion. I want to quickly move on to our next topic for just a little while. Half an hour we still have. So. Yes. Now we are moving on to basically a more complicated case of motion. Pehle we've just been looking at rectilinear motion, and now what we want to do is start to look at curvilinear motion, right? So again, I want to go to the flowchart that I had for my roadmap for what we're doing in the kinematics part. So we've already covered rectilinear, and now we're going to be looking at curvilinear. So pehle I just want to start off with general curvilinear motion before moving on ke kis coordinates pe hum uski baat kar sakte hain. So first of all, curvilinear motion is all around you, right? So whenever you see the airplane formation jo jari hoti hai ya phir a roller coaster ride, all of these are examples of curvilinear motion because as the name implies, it's got something to do with a path which is curved. Pretty self-explanatory, right? So of course we are interested in loads of applications jahan pe is qisam ka motion hoga. So we need to understand कि how can we apply already जो हमने kinematics के rectilinear motion वाला देख लिया, how can we apply those principles here for the curvilinear case as well, right? So let's start to officially introduce the same concepts as we've done before. We can move through this pretty quickly. The only difference being is, जो मैंने पहले भी point out किया था, कि जब हम straight line में थे ना, rectilinear motion straight line में, तब हम बड़े आराम से उन्हीं वेक्टर क्वांटिटीज को स्केलर्स के तौर पर रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे थे. जैसे अभी भी हमने वेलोसिटी की फिर डायरेक्शन भूले बैठे हुए थे और ऐसे ही लगे हुए थे जी के वो, क्योंकि हमें पता था कि उससे स्ट्रेट लाइन में जाना था. Whereas for curvilinear motion, we need to be very careful that now everything needs to be considered as a vector और उसकी वो vector notation को incorporate करना होगा हमें, right? And you'll see के vectors की तरह treat वो हैं vectors और उनको officially उस तरह treat करने से हमारी ज़िंदगी खुद ही बहुत आसान हो जाती है. हमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें अलग से सोचने के बजाय वो vector notation के अंदर ही incorporate हो जाती हैं, right? Okay. So of course, as you can imagine, vectors होने का मतलब ये है कि they have a magnitude and direction. So let's assume कि I'm going to start setting up my problem. So I have a particle P, and then I'm going to set up which is moving along this curved path S. So मेरी path जो पहले straight line थी अब वो curve हो गई है. Now remember that we always have to first start off our problem by defining a frame of reference, right? Always. Frame of reference, okay? Which means I need to choose a point to be my origin, and then relative to the point everything is being measured, right? So the positions are being measured relative to it. So iski initial position relative to O would be this R vector, and then at a time delta t, let's say it's moved by some magnitude or even just a change in direction, then it moves to R prime. Now, I want you to think about it कि अगर वो एक circular path में move कर रहा था, then it would have stayed the same distance away from O, right? Circle का एक ही radius होता है. लेकिन उसके बावजूद, because there had been a change in its direction from O, there would have been a displacement. ठीक है? So these are vectors. It's not just the change in magnitude, but it's also the change in direction, which is important, right? Okay, so straightforward, if its original position was R and its final position is R prime, what would be its change in position? Sorry? Delta R, exactly right, which we just get by vector subtraction. And this change in position, of course, is the displacement. That we know that displacement ki definition hi hai hoti, it's a change in position. So I get my displacement. Now if I want to find the velocity of this particle as it's gone through this little change in position, then I know that if the time interval was delta t, then the average velocity is given by the change in position divided by the time over which it occurred. Note here that these are bold faces. Be very careful now, okay? everything is going to work in vector notation, right? As I approach the infinitesimal time duration, then I approach the limit, I approach the instantaneous velocity, so I can go to my dr by dt notation. Okay? Noting here that I'm going to be differentiating a vector. Okay? और अभी आप देखिएगा कि आपको वेक्टर डिफरेंशिएशन भी आती है, सिर्फ लगेगा ऐसा कि पता नहीं, लेकिन we know how to do it. And now one extremely important thing to point out here, that if you notice कि ये जो change in position है ना delta r, this is always going to be tangential to the path of motion. हमेशा वो tangent पे होगा. And if delta r is always tangential, then the velocity is always tangential to the path of motion. हमेशा जो हमारी, और खासतौर से actually the instantaneous velocity, because it's dr which is tangential, so this velocity is always, ये मैं tangent बनाने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ, it's always tangential to the path of motion, right? हमेशा इसमें there is, that's never not going to be the case, right? Yes, and then you all know what speed is. It's the magnitude of the velocity. Okay, right. Okay, so we can move on towards acceleration. Ab, as it's moving along, up you can clearly see अगर इसी path के along भी वो move कर रहा है. Please notice very carefully. तो हमने अभी कहा कि उसकी velocity तो tangential है हमेशा. तो इस path का tangent भी तो change कर रहा है, बेशक उसका magnitude ना change करे. So there's, in any case, again वही बात आ गई कि it's always the magnitude and the direction which are important. So clearly there's a change in the velocity's direction which is happening. So there's also an acceleration. And as before, acceleration of course is then the average acceleration would be delta v divided by the time over which it occurred. In the instantaneous case, we go to dv by dt. Okay, straightforward. Everything is straightforward here. Now, one important thing to note is that the velocity is always tangential to the path, but not necessarily the acceleration. The acceleration के लिए it's not necessary कि वो tangential हो. It could be in any direction. Okay? लेकिन कभी-कभी हम एक अजीब सी चीज को plot करते होते हैं, and I just want to, you need to be familiar that there is which is called a hodograph. Listen very carefully to what a hodograph is. You notice how is taraf, you notice how here I'd been plotting my positions, right? I was plotting कि अच्छा जी वो O से R पे है अभी, फिर वो O से R prime पे चला जाता है, and so on. मतलब ये this was the path of the position. ऐसा ही है ना? कभी-कभी लोग क्या चीज प्लॉट करते हैं कि instead of plotting the vector position, people plot the velocity graphically. मतलब ये कि वो एक origin से इसी तरह, let's say वही हमारा, और अब ये this is not the origin in space, क्योंकि this was everything as if it is in space. कि किसी ग्राफ को उठा के आप रियल वर्ल्ड में ला सकते हैं, फिजिकली वो वही मतलब होगा कि कोई चीज उस पाथ के अलोंग मूव कर रही है. Whereas what's happening in this second picture, it's just a graphical representation के velocity vectors क्या हैं. ठीक है जी. तो इसलिए वो O prime से जब velocities को graphically draw करें, तो then we get something called a hodograph. Clear? अब इस hodograph के जो path उससे बनेगी, path नहीं, जो curve बनेगा, so to speak, the acceleration vector will be tangential to the hodograph. Okay, but not to the real path of the motion. Okay, so yeah, this is I need to bring this up. I personally I'm not in favor के ये ऐसे unnecessary confusing चीज लोग बना देते हैं, लेकिन इसको please ध्यान में रखिएगा. This is something completely different to the path of the जो आमतौर पे हम curve बना रहे होते हैं, which is the path of the motion. Okay, great. So once we've got that covered, let me just jump to a very nice, not nice actually, very easy example just to get you warmed up. So this one, we have a particle which is traveling along the curve from A to B in how many? In 2 seconds, and then B to C in 4 seconds, and then C to D in a further 3 seconds. So what we want to do is that geometric parameters known hai. We know what R1 is, we know what D is, we know what R2 is. And what we want to do is we want to find the average speed as it goes from A to D. Now what will I do? क्या मैं A से लेके D वाला जो वेक्टर है, पोजीशन वेक्टर, that is RAD, उसका magnitude निकाल लूँ, that will be the distance, right? The distance traveled by it. Let me repeat. I'm asking, will the vector RAD, is that the magnitude of this, will that give me the distance traveled?
I don't think so, ma'am.
Thank you. Yes. No, not quite. ये तो it's just अगर आपको उसकी position का magnitude निकालना हो कि how far it is from O. No. If I'm trying to find the average speed, I need the total distance. So I actually need to consider कि exactly
path की length
Yeah.
निकालनी पड़ेगी.
Thank you so much. It's dependent on the path that the particle took. So मुझे इस path का पूरा distance निकालना होगा, which I can do just using my straightforward geometric concepts. So I'm not going to do that because I think you are all very capable in figuring out how to do that. इसका clearly, we know that the perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r. So if this is 1/4 of a circle, I will have, what will I have? 2 pi r divided by 4. ठीक है जी, half pi r, perfect. इसके लिए भी और इसके लिए भी, and then I just add them together divided by 3. So it's pretty straightforward, which is why I'm going to jump through it. For everybody who is asleep and wants to actually do something, so let's move to the more complicated problem. And now let's all do this. So we have a car traveling along the straight portion of the road, which has velocities indicated in the figure when it arrives at a point A, B, and C. If it takes 3 seconds to go from A to B and 5 seconds to go from B to C, determine the average acceleration between the points A, B, and AC. So let's just do the one for this one, which is the average acceleration between the points A, B, and AC first. Right, so A से जब वो B जा रहा है, I want to find the average acceleration. तो अगर acceleration निकालनी है तो मुझे I think change in velocity निकालना पड़ेगा. और change in velocity निकालने के लिए I then need to know कि velocity थी क्या at these 2 points. So let's start with that. What should be my first step? What should I always do first? Frame of reference, exactly right. So let me set up an origin right here at its initial position A, और ये मेरा y, x और y बन जाएगा, ठीक है जी? Then let's proceed. अब clearly I need to know what VA is, vector, and I need to know what VB is. अब tell me, क्या करें?
मैम IJ फॉर्म के अंदर लिखना स्टार्ट कर दें.
Excellent, thank you. Let's start to use vector notation. That is, let's start to represent the x direction by an I unit vector. And let's start to represent the y direction with a j unit vector. तो अब हमारे पास थोड़ी सी बेहतर information आ गई. At least I know now कि मेरा VA, क्योंकि वो तो सिर्फ horizontal direction में था ना. It was only along I. So I then know कि it was just what? 20I. That was it. Very good. Then what about VB? VB के साथ हमें क्या known है और क्या unknown है? VB का हमें magnitude पता है और हमें ये भी पता है कि it's at an angle theta which is 45 degrees. So what does that mean? That means that VB is something like this. something like this, right? So उसके horizontal और vertical components क्या है? Excellent, exactly. It's 30 cos of 45 I plus 30 sine of 45 J. And if I find these out, I get what exactly that was. Sorry, I'm going to move up here for the rest of the part. So, again, if I want to find the acceleration then, exactly, so acceleration ke andar, it's average acceleration by the way. It's the average acceleration jo hum nikal rahe hain. Then I need delta V by delta T, right? For ye A, B ke liye ho raha hai. Delta V by delta T. So I need my final velocity VB minus VA divided by delta T. ऐसा ही है. So what do I get? 30 cos 45 minus 20.
1.21.
1 point. ये आपने डायरेक्ट आंसर बता दिया या ये डिफरेंस बता रहे हैं आप?
नहीं, ये भी मैंने बताया है, आई कंपोनेंट बताया इसका.
VB minus VA का
यस मैम.
1.21 I. And then what would be the J component?
21.21.
Which is 21.2 J. All of that divided by what? Delta T, which was 3 seconds for that. 3. Great. Okay, now just the final part. अब अगर मुझे acceleration निकालनी है तो उसके साथ भी यही होगा कि now I have these two components which will both be divided by 3. ठीक है, that's I think this is pretty obvious to you, लेकिन just in case कि कोई भूल गया हो कि वो division जो है वो पूरे के साथ पूरे को एक scalar से आप divide कर रहे हैं. So each of the components will get divided by 3, so this will lead to 0.4 something.
404.
404 plus 7.07.
7.07.
7.1 J meter per second squared. Again, so the acceleration is a vector. ठीक है जी, as we have here. और इसी तरह straightforwardly we can find it for the BC part as well. So I'm not going to do that because I think ये काफी simple है and everybody understands. Okay, any questions for this? No. Now let's jump into some issues. Apologies, I need to mute whoever is speaking. Abdullah, please mute होना पड़ेगा आपको. Okay, अब जरा इसको ज़्यादा officially rectangular components में define करना शुरू करते हैं. Please note, I'd use the example of the Cartesian coordinate system because that's a simple one. Later on, we will actually be using some other coordinate system. So let me actually show you. बाद में हम लोग NT एक coordinate system होता है और एक R theta coordinate system जिसमें से I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the R theta coordinate system. Those are the polar coordinates. वो आप लोगों ने पहले भी किए होंगे, but maybe NT आपने ना किए हो. So that will be something new for you. But in any case, we start with the simplest. XY के अंदर we have our Cartesian coordinate system, which is orthonormal, which means that all three directions are perpendicular to each other. और क्या unit vectors हम use करते हैं represent करने के लिए? I, J, K. अब हर चीज will turn into some components in the I direction, some component in the J direction, and some component in the K direction, as you are familiar with standard vector notation, right? So अगर कोई particle was at a position this, then उसकी position will be defined by its coordinates या components in each of those directions. ठीक? अगर लेकिन हमें उसका distance निकालना हो away from the origin, then I find the magnitude of the position vector such that आपको वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड भी निकालना आता है ना. आई रियली होप कि आपको आता है. 3D वेक्टर्स यू डेल्ट विद ऑलरेडी. एग्जैक्टली, सो नथिंग स्पेशल हियर. फाइनली, अगर इफ यू जस्ट वांट द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द वेक्टर, देन ऑफ कोर्स वी कैन रिप्रेजेंट इट विद सम यूनिट वेक्टर अलोंग दिस डायरेक्शन. लेट्स कॉल इट UR. तो देन UR क्या हो जाएगा? इट वुड जस्ट बी R द वेक्टर डिवाइडेड बाय इट्स मैग्नीट्यूड. Okay, so R vector divided by the magnitude. Straightforward. ठीक है जी, nothing special here. Next comes the slightly interesting part, which is how do we go from that expression for r, vector notation में, to find the velocity. Now we know that the velocity is the derivative of r with respect to time. It's dr by dt. उसका मतलब ये हुआ कि I'm differentiating all of this with respect to time. Now, differentiation has the distributive property. मतलब ये कि जब ये pluses थे इधर इधर, तो derivation जो है वो उन सब के ऊपर अलग अलग apply होके add हो सकती है. ठीक? It's distributive. So that's what I've just done right here. उनको अलग अलग लिख दिया with a plus in between them. The same way as integration is distributive, right? Straightforward. Now let's come to each of these terms. So if I have dxi with respect to dt, of course there should have been these lines right here. Then what do? I have a product in here. So I use the product rule, right? Product rule या chain rule जो भी आपने कहना है. I hope everybody remembers the product rule, which is कि अगर u v का derivative निकालना हो, derivative being represented by a prime right here, then that is what? किसी को याद है? u prime v plus v prime u. Exactly right. So let's see, that's exactly what we've got here. If our u is x, then I have my u prime dx by dt multiplied by I, plus then the derivative of I with respect to t multiplied by x. Chain product rule, simple. अब आते हैं what इसमें से क्या चीज के बारे में हम कुछ और information कह सकते हैं. I know that my frame of reference is fixed और कि मेरे Cartesian coordinates उसी direction, वो हमेशा वही direction में तीनों ने रहना है. So my I, j, and k's are not changing, are they? So the derivative of I with respect to time is what? 0. There is no change in I with respect to time. So that term just goes to 0. So I just get that I only have, if I can represent it this way, dr by dt, it turns into this vx component, vy component, vz component, where this vx is actually just the derivative of dx by dt. Or in other words, I can represent it just with the dot notation. So vx के लिए के अंदर would just be the x dot, whereas vy term के अंदर it's just the y dot, और vz के अंदर is just the z dot. Straightforward, no questions here. Perfect. So Cartesian coordinates का जरूरी नहीं है कि उसकी डायरेक्शन हमेशा यूं ही कि हम यूं देख रहे होंगे उसे, राइट? उसका सिर्फ मतलब ये है कि जब आप once you've defined them, then the directions stay that way. So for example, we may have a problem जिसके अंदर we are already choosing to define our Cartesian coordinates something like this. But the point is, once it's been defined, it stays fixed. That's why there is no change. Abhi, this might seem very trivial to you, but the reason why we've gone into this point K, it is fixed, is because later on we will encounter coordinates which actually move. So us case mein the derivatives then start to play an effect. Okay, we'll discuss all that later. But right now for the Cartesian case, it's straightforward that those derivatives are 0 because our I, j, k's are fixed. Okay. But if we need to find the velocities, magnitude, we can use our straightforward vector magnitude. And if you want to find the direction, then I can define a unit vector along it. Please, if you're too bored, you're more than welcome to leave. अगर आपको जाना हो बाहर पानी पी के आए, चाय पी के आए, जो करना है करें, no problem. I honestly, I don't want to be wasting your time. Okay, so if you feel like it's dragging on, कोई बात नहीं, आप लोग चले जाए, बाद में सुन लीजिएगा. Okay, right. So moving on to the acceleration, इसी तरह, now that we've got our velocities, the same exact concepts apply for the acceleration. And in this case, what happens is कि हमारी ax मतलब वही sorry कि a जो है then is the derivative of velocity. मतलब ये कि the derivative of each of the components of velocity, such that ax फिर will be the derivative of vx with respect to time, and that in terms of the position can just be written as x double dot, and so on for the y component and the z component. ठीक है जी? मतलब ये हुआ कि वो डेरिवेशन जो है, जो डेरिवेटिव हमने अप्लाई करना है, उसके इंडिविजुअल x, y, z कंपोनेंट्स पे अप्लाई हो जाता है. That's just it. That's the key part to take away from all of this. Right. Okay. So अगर हमने magnitude निकालना होगा, again we just use vector magnitudes. We all know how to do that. And if you want to find the acceleration's direction, then again we can define a UA this time unit vector, which would be A divided by A magnitude, जो एक unit vector की definition होती है. Perfect. Importantly, you must note कि ये acceleration is not going to be tangential to the path, whereas जो velocity वाला था, ये uv, this vector right here, this unit vector is always going to be tangential to the path. Okay, so yes, just there are some important things to wrap this part up. Yes, which is that they're vectors, so it's the change in the magnitude and direction which is important. Secondly, as I've already emphasized many times now, velocity is always going to be tangential to the path. ये बात सबको clear होगी ना, हमेशा वो tangent पे होगी path के. Whereas acceleration के लिए that's not necessary. And then finally, that because our coordinate axes are fixed for our Cartesian coordinate system, the derivatives of I, j, k are 0. There's no change in them. Right. So let me just jump. Do we have time? Can we do one example just ताकि ये वो हो जाए, हमें पूरी तरह reinforce हो जाए. Let's just do this example and then we'll stop. Okay, so we have a velocity of a particle which is given like so, I, j or k की terms में. And we also know its initial position. What we want to do is we want to find the particle's position and the magnitude of its acceleration. Now that's interesting. Okay, so we have the velocity, और velocity से हमने s निकालना है और a निकालना है. ऐसा ही है. So velocity से acceleration, velocity से position निकालने के लिए we all now know कि हमें integration करनी होगी, और velocity से acceleration निकालने के लिए हमें differentiation करनी होगी. So let's start to think about this. I want you all to please do this example. Yes. Yes, so x, y, z से हमें क्या पता चलता होता है? Exactly, but as you just said, और इसमें k भी है. Sorry, it will be very difficult for me to draw it in 3D space. So just let's look at it here. So it's just lying here. But the velocity के अंदर अगर आप t0 डालें, as you've just correctly pointed out, so it's got a 2k. मतलब ये velocity 0 नहीं है उसके जब starting point पे. And that's not, मतलब ज़रूरी तो नहीं है कि velocity 0. It's not necessary for something to be starting from rest. Okay, remembering everyone, just one main point that I'd like to highlight. Hostelites, take a picture and send us your solution on chat, please. Okay, anybody who might have finished? Right. तो कर लिया आपने? Almost. At least position तक का तो कर लिया होगा सबने, right? So इसमें ना there's just one thing that I want to point out. So for me, I want to start off thinking of one simpler, मतलब simpler तो necessarily नहीं है, लेकिन एक jump कुछ लोग मार देते हैं. Just want to clarify that. So we all know कि R is going to be something which is Rxi plus Ryj. The position is going to be something like this. If I use this sort of a notation. ठीक है जी? So then I know कि मेरा जो Vx component था, that's R dot R, Rx का dot, है ना? So if I want to find Rx, then Rx is just the integral of Vx with respect to dt, right? From here. ऐसा ही है ना? Everybody's clear on this. And similarly, Ry is going to be the integral of Vy with respect to dt, and Rz, so on. So just ये please ये part note करके, if you understand this, then it's perfectly fine for me अगर आप V पूरे को directly integrate करना शुरू कर दिया करें. So long as, क्योंकि कभी कभी ना कुछ लोगों को थोड़ा सा confusion हो जाता है कि ये हो कैसे रहा है. So if I integrate all of this directly, फिर what am I doing? I'm sort of saying 16t squared dt का integral is I component plus the integral of 4t cubed dt is the j component. ऐसा ही है ना? Plus the integral of 5t plus 2 dt is the k component. For position, this is my position vector. ठीक? So I can, if I want, just do it at the same time once, in one go. लेकिन you just need to be careful कि वो independently एक एक component को integrate कर रहे हैं अलग अलग. ठीक है जी? Is that clear to everyone? ठीक है जी. So now, of course, we need to put in our limits as well. So it's going from 0 to 2. तो आप ये please let me know what comes out. क्या आएगा जी? ये हो जाएगा 16t cube divided by 3, which is what? Sorry? 42.6 I plus then this would just be t to the power of 4. 2 to the power 4 is 16. Plus और यहाँ पे बता दें मुझे please. 14k. Right. And then for the acceleration, it's actually इसके भी magnitude चाहिए नहीं. It's only the magnitude of the acceleration. For the acceleration, it's a little bit more straightforward. We've already done it. Can someone just very quickly, please, just tell me how it's done? या आके कर दे चले. Differentiation सिर्फ करनी है. कोई भी उठना नहीं चाहता. Please. तब तक हम शर्जील का और अली रजा का आंसर देखते हैं. Yes, very good, Ali Raza. This is completely right, but we also need. Oh, ये 13.3 आ रहा है हमारा तो कुछ और नहीं आ रहा था. अली रजा ये सारे आंसर्स आपके ऑफ क्यों हो गए हैं? आप करें. People, is Ali Raza correct? आपका क्या नाम है? सॉरी, अब्दुल वहाब. घर पे बैठे हुए लोग, अली रजा का जो जवाब है ये ठीक है या गलत है? क्योंकि वो हमारे वालों से डिफरेंट है. अली रजा का अली यहाँ से आपका सब गलत हो गया. ओके, 9k भी नहीं होता. 5 टाइम्स ये क्या ओ देखो जरा. अली इंटीग्रेशन कैसी हुई है ये मुझे बताएं. ये इंटीग्रेशन में सारे प्रॉब्लम्स हैं इधर. दिस इंटीग्रेशन इज रॉन्ग. इट शुड हैव बीन 5t स्क्वायर्ड डिवाइडेड बाय 2. दिस पार्ट राइट हियर. और फिर बाकी ठीक है. सो बी केयरफुल प्लीज. हमजा नहीं, अब्दुल वहाब. सॉरी, अब्दुल वहाब. बिल्कुल completely right. So आपने individually अलग अलग components का करके perfect. And then you substituted in the time, so you get the components, right? फिर हमने उसका magnitude निकालना है. Acceleration का magnitude निकालना है. ठीक है जी, थोड़ा थोड़ा ठीक है, थोड़ा थोड़ा मिसिंग है. इधर भी क्या हो गया, इंटीग्रेशन सबकी गलत होनी शुरू हो गई. 5t स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाय 2 ऊपर ठीक लिखा है, नीचे गलत लिखा हुआ है. ओके, that is the square root, I think. Yes, all right, thank you. So similarly, as Abdul Wahab has done it for us on the board right here, जब आप acceleration निकाल रहे होंगे, you have to just differentiate each of the components separately and then find the vector magnitude. Right, so it is pretty straightforward. It just needs a little bit of practice to get your head around the differentiation and integration of each of the components, right? Perfect. So what I'm going to do is just end here. There's one more example, लेकिन ये इतनी आसान है कि I'm not actually going to go through it right now. I will be giving you an assignment for you to do over the weekend. Okay? Maximum it will take about half an hour. It will be on MS Teams. So I'll just pop on there कि आपने कौन से questions करने. Of course उसकी solutions available हैं. But the point is, अगर yourselves, right? So just use them as practice. खुद ही करें, छापा मार के नहीं देखना. It's highly likely that I will not even be looking at it. Okay? So the point is just for you to practice it. Secondly, then next week we will be moving on to a very particular and important curvilinear motion key application, which is projectiles. Okay, so we'll start off right here next week, and inshallah I'll see you then. So take care.